Fab. Thanks, guys. So I'm here today to speak about decentralized storage and scalability. We've got someone that already heard this talk in Copenhagen, so it's good to start seeing familiar faces from around the world that still recognize CESS. So for those of you who do not know about us or have not heard about us, we're a cumulus encrypted storage system, better known as CESS, and we specialize in decentralized storage. We're a decentralized storage protocol built for large scale commercialization. So first, let's break down what the CESS Cloud Data Network is. So CESS is split into 3 different parts, and we're going to try and keep this talk not too technical because we don't have much time to go through the whole thing. But first, we've got Cumulus Encrypted Storage System. This is essentially our decentralized storage functionality. This can work as a plugin. So we're cross-chain, cross-ecosystem, we're EVM compatible, we support WASM smart contracts. So this can be built just as a plugin for your ecosystem as well. Following it, we've got the decentralized cloud data network infrastructure. So this is essentially where all our core blockchain technologies lie, our incentivization mechanisms and our proof schemes that we have redeveloped. And then finally, we have the CESS ecosystem. So part of CESS, our vision is to build an ecosystem that's robust and diversified. This brings value not only to CESS or to our investors, but ultimately it will bring value to our users. So let's look at an overview of the advantages that CESS brings and an overview of the company in itself. So CESS is the first full-stack decentralized storage solution built for large-scale commercial needs. And our value chain is that we're optimized for processing high-frequency dynamic data. We enable real-time sharing between users, all while safeguarding your digital assets, your digital ownership, your data privacy. We really take pride in how we can truly safeguard your identity while you're online. Now, the advantages of CESS is that we're fully decentralized. We've got disaster recovery proofing. So we've got one of the highest data guarantees in the business at the moment. We've got millisecond data retrieval speeds, which is quite a big part about scalability at the moment. We've got lots of Web3 solutions that are currently running on Web2 infrastructures. Now, we provide a mass storage service, so decentralized object storage services, and we have a maximized use of data space as well. So we have a cloud pooling technology, which other protocols don't seem to have. We provide full data ownership protection and data privacy protection as well. So let's look at some of the industry challenges compared to our solutions. So first of all, for data vulnerability and other protocols, some storage miners can quit, and along with that goes your data as well. You can have unexpected node failures, so single point of failures, hack attempts, etc. With CESS, we have implemented proof of data duplication and recovery and proof of dynamic data. So we essentially triplicate your data by default when it's saved with us, and when it's processed, it's scattered around decentralized storage nodes. So no one node will ever have a full data set. So that's part of our data guarantee. Now, other protocols also have a very inefficient use of storage space. This is because there's no cloud pooling technologies. We also see that because of this, it's actually a wasted resource for miners sometimes. So if you are mining in another protocol, you might not use your full available storage space. Therefore, you're wasting your potential earning resources. With CESS, we have a storage space maximization. We have cloud pooling technology, so we make use of all idle resources within your network. Finally, other protocols have a slow data retrieval. There's no indexing functionality within them. With CESS, we have the opposite. So we have a super fast data retrieval. It's within milliseconds within our testnet. We've done this by improving our architecture design. So we've split the jobs that most miners would have. We've added 2 new miners into our ecosystem. and we've redesigned it with an indexing functionality as well. Now, this makes us widely applicable for most commercial use cases. And like I said, we're also EVM compatible, and we do WASM smart contracts as well. This is just a quick decentralized storage comparison. I'll let you guys have a quick look at it. But essentially, the semantics are like, CESS has a full CRUD. For proof of storage, we've got our data reduplication and recovery, and that comes with a challenge as well. The replication guarantee is super secure because of that. Our storage cost is extremely low, the lowest that you'll find in a decentralized storage protocol. This is because we've got an oracle that will check the price of our competitors. So we use a dynamic pricing model to come as an undercut as a loss leader. And you can notice as well, like in terms of storage nodes, we've already achieved more storage nodes than all of our competitors, which is quite impressive. It's been an incentivized test net. So yeah, and we're looking to go into our main nets later on this year. So I really encourage you guys to keep an eye out for that. Now, we've recently developed some of our products and services. The first one, DShare, which is sharing made simple. This is an absolutely free product to use. It's going to be free for the next couple months. And it is essentially sharing made simple. You can upload files onto the CESS gateway. It's going to encrypt, slice everything for you. It's going to deliver a hash for you. And you can share that file with whoever you like. You can also access that file through the CESS chain. Then we've got dCloud. This is essentially going to be your personalized data, decentralized data cloud. So this is data access anytime, anywhere. And then finally, we've got DECENTRALIZED, which is a decentralized object storage service. So this is Web3 storage with Web2 performance. So CESS DECENTRALIZED, it's a HTTP API storage for unstructured data and metadata object retrieval. The key advantages within DECENTRALIZED is fast data reading and writing. It's highly secure, highly scalable. It's real-time data sharing and data collaborations, and it's a customized data management as well. Then finally, it's a massive storage space. So it's up to 1,000 buckets per account. This is the put speed for our DECENTRALIZED. So you can see that within our testnets, we're already rivaling our competitors. And again, the price, you can see that that's a dynamic pricing model. And this is our get speed. So that's the successful download speeds for public files. Now, let's talk a little bit more about like our data reduplication and recovery technology. So this is a CESS proprietary technology. Now, by default, in other protocols, when you upload a file, you actually only get that one copy made. So if that file is compromised, you're actually losing your data, which affects the whole spectrum of scalability. With CESS, by default, we triplicate your file. This comes at no extra cost to the user. This means that for every gigabyte that you are storing, CESS is providing you an extra 2 gigabytes worth of insurance. This guarantees our data recovery, and it also guarantees our data integrity, because periodically, the mechanism will check that the file integrity still remains intact. If we look at our CESS layered architecture, this is how we've achieved the speed and our indexation functionalities. So essentially, we've created a new distributed content delivery layer. So we've added a retrieval miner and a cache miner onto the system. And this feeds into the consensus and the storage miner to relieve some of that pressure off the network. This is how we achieve our millisecond retrieval speeds. The consensus miner within CESS is not only tasked with achieving consensus, it doesn't only have that transaction finality log, but it also keeps a log of where the files have been sharded and sent across to other storage miners. So that really helps speeding up the process as well, and it doubles up the use of the consensus miner. So if we look at smart space management, so this is where you set up a configuration node. You configure where you want that file, how you want that file configured. And when you activate your storage node, smart space management starts working. So smart space management can then see the idle data within your node. It can see the active data, and it can clear invalid data that has been compromised or data that has been reduplicated too many times. So this is what's going to allow you to maximize the potential earnings of your storage node. And it's going to minimize the wasted resources within the network. Again, this is something that's going to benefit not only us, not only our partners, it's going to benefit the users, but this is mainly going to benefit the miners that are coming into the system. With CESS, we have a super low barrier to entry for mining. So you can actually start mining with a very basic laptop. And the reason we do this is because we want to open doors into, communities that want to get involved in Web3. So lots of the work that we do is in Southeast Asia and Latin America. And we've created over 6,000 miners where they start on very basic laptops, and now they're getting rigs because of the payouts that we've been able to provide for them. Now, if we look at our consensus mechanism in CESS, so random rotational selection, it encourages open participation amongst all consensus nodes. All nodes have the equal opportunity to become candidate consensus nodes. It's a super energy efficient process. It's very low computational requirements for consensus nodes, not only for storage miners. So with the consensus mechanism, you've got 11 nodes that are going to be selected as on-duty nodes every 24 hours. So normally you'll see that block generation is going to be made usually by the same few nodes in other protocols, so super nodes. With CESS, we're eliminating that, and this is creating that fair consensus mechanism. So every 24 hours, they're going to be selected out of a pool of nodes that have a good credit rating so that they have been operating well. And then we're going to keep refreshing that. So that allows our nodes to have more variety, and it's almost like a small bit of centralization if we have the same nodes over and over and over, finalizing transactions. This all happens in a trusted execution environment as well. Now, there's tons of use cases for decentralized storage. We've got customized network drives. We've got decentralized data marketplaces. CESS can provide front-end support, so we can facilitate your journey into like dedicated front-end website support. We want to create the next generation of decentralized streaming media, so we can stream live on our blockchain. We can have real-time collaborations with artists, real-time collaborations with universities, researchers. We have a user-generated content platform, and we also serve as a blockchain data backup hub. And then finally, just to go through with Polkadot, obviously like our partnerships with Polkadot. So CESS has built a decentralized storage substrate palette that allows all projects in the ecosystem to access our storage functionalities. We won first place in Polkadot Hackathon APAC edition. 3 times we've been awarded Web3 Foundation grants. We've been part of the Substrate Builders program, which we completed recently. We've participated in the Web3 Foundation Bootcamp, and we've currently sponsored 2 or 3 hackathons that have been happening around the world. And ultimately, CESS is also wanting to bridge that gap between Web2 companies and Web3 companies. So again, this is something that can work for so many different, industries. This can be logistics, this can be medical research, this can be governments, IoT, AI. So at the moment, we've been working a lot with universities to provide that platform for them to build and move on to decentralized storage. This is just a quick snapshot of the team. Our team is currently growing exponentially. We've got about 47 people in our team, mostly devs, and the rest are marketing. But yeah, I'd just like to invite everyone to scan our QR code, be part of our story. We're launching our token next month, and then we're going, like I say, in our mainnets in the next couple months. But yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure to speak to you today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, John from CESS.